Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age Mythology Replay. Spelled on the right side as the blue Thor. We got PW, that is a 0 because it's lowercase, Z. I don't know how to spell pronounce that, pW0z, but POW would be PO or P0. No idea. And spelled on the left side as the red Amaterasu, we got Dagon. Wasn't it DOD Dagon? I guess not anymore. Whoops, don't mean to fast forward. When it comes to the major and minor gods, Thor's of course focus on dwarves and armory. Start with dwarves that gatherers. Dwarves cost less and gather almost, but not as fast as gatherers for food and wood. So going straight to dwarves is a good possibility. Dwarven armors can build in any age, and research upgrades in any age. Armory upgrades cost less. You get free dwarf per dwarven armory upgrade, and have another set of researches. Unique upgrade improves Herseer's melee damage and favor generation. Amaterasu is... trying to think, my mind is melted. Economy and samurais increases gold trickle per Bushido age or tier. Samurai Onomushas generate more experience outside of combat. Shrines improve the capacity of nearby natural resources. Onomushas and samurai get a bit more health regen in combat. Unique upgrade is improves Hiko's training and healing time. Not very important at all. It's a pretty bad upgrade. The solar shield's pretty nice to make a certain unit just not want to die. When it comes to the minor gods, Thor of course more focused on economic upgrades. So any sort of he has queued up for SETI. For SETI is the god of justice. Focus on infantry. You get healing spring. Trolls troll your opponent. Improve infantry and hero speed. And Erdman berserks increase hack armor. Very nice to have. And of course more troll stuff. So armor and speed for infantry units. Amaterasu tends to go for Ame no Uzume. Ame no Uzume provides, I forget how to pronounce this. This tree resummons your myth units for free, given an extended amount of time. Infantry units can increase hit points and a bit of Bushido experience upon death. Very handy indeed. And of course, improve your Mikos, which Amaterasu is also more focused on Mikos as well. Whirlwind weasels are okay, they're not great in my opinion. Mina Katomi, probably that name so well enough. You get decent land god power here. Give you deer instead of a upgraded version of a farm, really. As well as some exotic doggos with defense. Each one I think gets spot up to 7 or 5. It's a decent number of defense, which does stack per shrine. You get this weird flamethrower wheel thing. I can't remember what exactly it does. Faster hunting rate, reduced cost of ranged soldiers and siege weapons, and increased range and damage for your ranged soldiers as well. So both of them pretty nice, but looks like Amaterasu is eyeing for Mina Katatomi. Still probably butchering that name well enough. And this will be complete. Actually, she is also eyeing for Kagura. I'll butcher that name still. Can't really pronounce foreign. Faster training and faster healing for Mikos. Mikos are more close to a heroic citizen or villager rather than as a combat unit. Don't use them for combat. They may have high multipliers, but 8 damage, slow attack speed, slow movement speed, and low health. Yeah, they're not a combat unit. See here, these berry pushes capacity is increasing thanks to the Miko. And there's actually a good number of shrines in the field. Looks like you are heading up to the forest up north. Good to head over to the deer deposit there to improve the capacity there. There's that flame wheel. Let's see. Crush damage and area damage? Is that special attack? Doesn't say charge attack. Does it only have crush damage? If only has crush damage, it's not going to be very good with human soldiers. May want to wait and see if it attacks anything that damage type changes, because 35% crush damage. Let's see, Herseer, 99% crush armor. Even the myth units have 80% crush armor. Like this Kitsune. I would say singular, Kitsune. Plural, Kitsune. And we've got some goats being summoned back. Red has 11 goats. Blue only has the 5 goats. Oh, there's 2 more there, so 7 goats. Goats, of course, the goat. The Kitsune is starting to nip against the Sark. Troll, trying to troll him. And the Kitsune will fall back. More Curseirs, copper weapons. Bushi here. Kitsune here. The Kitsune do provide a nice little aura to improve the speed of nearby units. More Bushi there. Where did that flaming wheel go? There he is. It's a wheel. Shouldn't it be spinning? And should be rolling around? Probably start barfing up fire rather than spewing fire at that rate. Raiding cavalry moving around. There's actually a full cliff face there, so the only entrance point is through right here. And over here for blue, this is more of the same aspect, but far more open and direct path to this town center. Granted, there's a direct path to this town center as well. So with a little bit of walls here, the Mikos could establish a decent amount of favor generation over here. We do now have the saltwater springs. We don't see the Shrine of the Hunt. This is something you don't want to take time and hold on. You want to build these actually a bit more often. I'm pretty sure the wolves are uncontrollable as well, so a decent defense. So building a shrine here just to be empowered would be a great idea. It does take time to train those doggos. This still does say crush damage and will get bashed in the head. Did do some damage there, so it looks like it does have some sort of anti-not booting attack. Braggy now on the build queue. Red's backing on off. We do have 2 Onimusha, 2 Yumi Archers, 2 Samurai, and 2 Bushi. So we've got 2-2-2 build. You got a Yari here. Does slice apart that Ulfsark. Control deploy on the field, and we'll have a hard time trolling his opponent and being next to some heroes. And it looks like Red Force will be largely cleaned up, although maybe going to get the boost to retarget towards these trolls. Does Divine Shield Yumi Archer. It looks like Red's doing far more effective than I expected. Samurai are always hard for me to estimate since they're a 4 population unit. And this force is very high population costing units, so the force is small but deceptively effective, so I grossly underestimated Red's fighting force there, honestly. Still lost, but they did much better than expected. Yari Spearman, there we go. Raiding Cavalry does get sliced apart. Amaterasu has plenty of favor for more Divine Shields. I would like to see the Shrine of the Hunt. At least the deploying on Shrine of the Hunts would also offer deer to start spawning. Can be a great alternative to farms. Not as spammable, but it can at least start holding you over until you want to start building farms. Not to mention, if you have a couple villagers collecting from the deer as the game continues out, it means you're grabbing less resources from the field, delaying the need for farms through that aspect as well. Up here would probably be a great spot, since this is likely an area for the town center as well. Oh, here we go. We got some deer here. And I'm pretty sure the Amaterasu, the Amaterasu Mikos will start empowering, fattening these deer as well. Combos very well for Amaterasu. And I'm pretty sure these dogs are not controllable, these wolves. These exotic doggos. 15 damage, slow attack speed, they're free defenders. They will respawn. I think it does cap out as around 5? Can't remember though. Yeah, if I were to highlight this force, which is all civilians here, it does not grab the wolves. If I were to get the military units mixed on it, still doesn't grab the wolves, so the wolves are uncontrollable. Guess they're old wolves, and you can't teach dogs new tricks. Old dogs new tricks. Great Hall takes some damage there. We do have this shrine going down, as was the Miko. Divine Shield summoned onto a Samurai. We do have medium upgrades available for Amaterasu. Raiding Cavalry moving around, got a custom housing here. Oh, he actually killed off a deer there with his military units. That probably was a misclick. Not necessarily because the deer being affected by spoilage, which is true. It's more the fact that he just had a momentary lapse of not running away from the opponent's army. Long house, a very long house, and a very short house. Yumi archers, more samurai now being deployed in the field. Very nice. More samurai gets on the field, more Amaterasu's experience starts coming on in. And she can, of course, get heavy. In fact, she can get up to tier 5 units in aged tier 2. Healing Spring deployed in the field. Very nice. Dwarven breastplates, improving hack armor. Probably something she should have gone a bit more sooner. It's 15%. Though it affects only the Erdmen and the Berserks, the Ulfsarks, which is the, of course, DPS and the Spearmans. Hunter Strength, increasing the damage of his ranged units. They also can be upgraded. Let's see, there's reduced costs, there's increased their damage by 10% and range by 1. So 20 range archers, similar to the Atlantean Arcus archers, but cheaper and slower attack speed. Before some engage, do you have some Yari Spear mix on in? First year's trying to push the way forward. Yumi Archer is trying to back on off. First year's gets good hits there. We do have a very large number of throwing axemen there, so more Yumi Archers is probably the way to go. Miko here on the front line for a good bit of healing. Wow, that's a lot of wolves. Apparently, it's the number is 8 wolves. That's quite a pack of them. It may be worth it to try to get out another Miko in this region to get out some more Shrines of the Hunt. I mean, if you get enough wolves, you got your pack there to defend you. Ooh, that Miko took some hits there. Luckily, the Amaterasu does offer faster healing rate. Up to 9 wolves. Blue has now aged on up, has gone for bragging, which does include the flaming weapons. Amaterasu. I think Amaterasu's Drajin is probably a better choice, though Hashiman's a good choice as well. Since Amaterasu is more focused on Samurai, this can provide Samurai increased hit points and lifesteal. Hachiman does improve heroes. as well as some ranged soldiers, which does also combo well with the H2 minor guard selection. In this case, remember throwing axe on the field, Blue's going heavy in throwing axemen to counter the samurai play, so going for a Hachiman may be the better option right now to improve the range soldier capability. Storm Goldmine, Divine Shield. Divine Shield on this Miko. Mikos are anti-myth units, but they're really also very squishy. Looks like this area is no longer obtainable. Good number of Naginata riders. Definitely good call against all the throwing axemans. She does have heavy units. They do have good multiplier versus ranged soldiers. The Naginata riders going straight for the dwarves. And you have now Rajan being pulled in the field. Divine Shield on one of the Naginata riders. Throwing axemen pushing over here. Yumi archers. This force needs to start heading over here. Troll trying to troll these Naginata riders. Looks like throwing axemen are falling in back. Blue sound being called down a good number of civilians. Red only has the one town center going. Blue does have one of the one town center going as well. I wonder if these wolves are classified as myth units. Doesn't look like it's maybe. I'm just wondering, Mina Katomi can also be researched by Susanoo, right? Or does he get Ame no Uzume as well? And never mind. I was thinking, would the wolves there get affected by Susanoo's divine damage? But I think he doesn't get access to Mina Katomi. Just can't remember at the moment. Just theorizing some ideas. We do now have the Hana mask being researched, increasing the infantry hit points and lifesteal. Those guys got ripped apart, mostly to the alpha strikes. You now have the battle boars being established. A good number of battle boars, 3 battle boars. And we're actually seeing the Thunderous Presence being researched, improving the speed and damage of the Raijin. Raijus get plus 35% damage, plus 10% speed. How fast can they get? 10% speed, so 5.5 increases by up to almost 6. That's pretty fast. Oh, Thunderous Burst there and pretty good hit. Going straight for the Healing Springs. Going to be trying to eat it from next to it. That's not... It's going to be painful. He needs to start attacking. And we've got Fling Weapons by Blue. Another quintuple battle boar. Don't think I've ever seen this many battle boars in the field. There's going to be some serious knockback around. Great for throwing axemen as well. Throwing axemen is going to be disrupting the front line. Throwing axemen is going to be just killing everything. Excuse me. Yumi Archer's on to fall back. Battle boars bucking around some more. More bucking around. Raiju charge away forward. The Raiju do have quite a bit of extra bulk to them. They have 6.1 movement speed. Very nice. Divine Shield on one of the Rajan. Both players are going for age 3 myth units. I don't think it's been a while since the last seen leagues many age 3 myth units. The first time people spam out age 2 or age 4 myth units. Rarely been age 3 myth units, honestly. Great knockback there. Throwing Axeman getting knocked around quite a bit. This one's taking a little bit of damage there. Yumi Archer's firing away from the high ground. Another healing spring there. That's actually not a horrible idea right now. Usually it's not a god fight you want to play out more than once, but he's taking a bit of damage there thanks to those Rajin. That's a good number of throwing Axemen. I'm trying to think. These guys need to fall back. He needs to fall back to Miko's, get a pretty good amount of healing going. Yumi, heavy Yumi or horse archers don't do bonus damage versus range. They have 14 damage. And they do take up 3 population. Yumi archers do 12 damage, but have 50% multiplier, but slow attack speed of 25% multiplier. So plus 25%, so let's just round up to 10. Of course, they are 2 population. Another thunderous burst there. Well, that's a lot of knockback and AoE healing. Gotta make sure to maintain next to that healing spring. It has now subsided, but still, that's a lot of damage. Healing spring's getting a lot of healing. No marker of healing recovered, health restored. Rajan pushed forward, another divine shield there, knocking back the formations. There's been so much AoE in this game, it's actually sort of hard to tell. All the forest puppers went down there though. You now age up, Tyre, Fenris Wolfbrood, Berserker Gang, and Bravery. I mentioned Thimblewinter. Rajan push way forward. Nice little bit of bucking around. Right now I'm wondering, if Raju can get up to 6.1 movement speed, the base movement speed of a Kitsune is 6. And with Susanoo with double movement speed, I wonder how fast Raju's can get. Can they get up to, with double Kitsune Aura, can they get up to like 7 point something movement speed? With Susanoo's also upgrade as well. How fast can these doggos go? 2-tailed dogs with 9-tailed foxes? Just a pile of fluffy tails. You have now Okay, how do you pronounce this? Take Miyazuchi. Was that name well enough? Tyre's been deployed in the field. We do now have the Thimblewinter here. We got doggos, maybe a bit of a dog-eat-dog world. We got 10 doggos here. Of course, these are defensive. Blue's now Red's pushing forward over here. Doggos engaging doggos. If you archers pushing way forward, do now have the Samurai Slash, which could be dropped right there. Kills off all those throwing axemen. Talk about even more AoE. Or I should say Take Miyazuchi AoE. That was horrible. Never mind. Boris backing on off. We do have, of course, the heavy status, almost champion. And there's our Sura deployed in the field. Asura's pretty good mobile support unit, though relatively slow. Thor's getting up all these delicious deer. Champion, infantry, bronze shields, throwing axemans. Over here we do have 10 fist sword. So we'll do plus 10% damage and does 1 massive sword strike upon death. Three more battle boar over here. We got a troll being on the field, but they're not cave trolls. Cave trolls are pretty nice for their AoE as well. Let's not push it forward. Good number of shinobi here, which are good anti-range units, but these are throwing axemen. They do pierce hack damage. They more or less counter each other. The Asura push right forward. Of course, does provide a bit of bombardment with a bit of AoE damage to go along with it. So that ranged attack may not do AoE. The Asura does go down there. Miko's on the front line trying to get some good healing done. And they are doing a pretty good job of that. They're just getting hit by a bunch of axes. Maybe Samurai push forward. There's a massive sword strike. Which gives a pretty good strike. I think that's the same charge attack. So you get a charge attack upon attack, charge attack upon death. Another Asura way forward. There's right now Asura overlords. Got a ballista deployed in the field. Two archers firing away. Throwing axeman here does use divine shield on the Asura, rapidly regenerates health as well as providing pretty good shield. See some blue flames, so it's got the Exorcist firing away. Which offers good crush damage and a bit of divine damage with AoE. He's effectively a magical grenadier. Champion Naginata Riders push way forward, Yumi archers firing away, more Asuras being deployed in the field. Another Asura being... Let's see, a pop cap, fortified town centers. Blue right now has more town centers, 100 or more max population, but does not have the forces in the field. Went for more Erdmen, counter cavalry units. Champion infantry is still being researched. Towns up here, not being occupied. Builders shanking the wall. Asura broken its way forward. Here more farms being established. Red's going for some frontline farming. Trolls being blown up by blue. No cave trolls. Throwing axemen. More ballista plus skulls. Battle War pushing forward. The Asura has pretty good frontline as well as mid-range unit, but does go down there. We do have Fenris Wolf Brood deployed on the field. He's trying to fall back. Another Asura here. Let's see, has gone for this one. Reduce the improved attack speed. Very nice. And as this one starts running away, they can still at least do some torching damage. Make it a bit more difficult to kite away around them. Let's see this upgrade here. A champion Yari Spearman gets increased attack speed and movement speed. Very nice. So we do have the Susura push way forward. Number of backline units here. Master Swordsman has a very nice ability. That's the Divine Shield, Solar Shield. Making Susura's a bit solar powered there. Great AoE damage, shooting all those forces. Susura slowly being picked on off. More samurai being deployed in the field. Various stuff over here. And one thing I should mention as well, the 3.5 gold trickle is pretty nice as resources being consumed. In actuality, there's still gold here. Improved capacity here, really helping out. Max capacity is 7,000. Improving the capacity by 1,700 is significant. This makes the gold deposit just ever so more effective. This one still has gold remaining in here, 700. Well, that's purposeful. It's still increasing the capacity, so the increased gold capacity from just Amaterasu just being very useful. For example, that 3,000 gold deposit is going to be consumed quicker than this one looks like. Who's gone for a good number of ox caravans. More finished wolf broods being pulled in the field. We've got the siege Oyumis now being pulled in the field. More shinobi being pulled in the field. Thor's actually out of food income. I just realized that. That's a bit of a problem. He's actually out of food. He's low on all resources as well. They both have 100 civilians. Thor actually has 101 civilians, probably from the Dwarven Armory, but still, he's out of economy, which is probably would mean game over for him. Amaterasu with the gold trickle, and now they mentioned improved gold income. Oh, the gold capacity. I think Amaterasu is just going to be able to eco her way forward. Amaterasu's not being super aggressive, but do now have more shinobi, which is good building killers. That's probably a good transition. Loses town center means losing a valuable trade path. They're going, some are going this way, most are going this way. This is definitely the safer path for them, but still. These forces moving around. Shinobi being produced. 110 military units versus 28. Yep, looks pretty much in favor of Amaterasu at this rate. Resources spare. Could actually get a Titan Gate relatively soon. Some magic grenadiers mixed on in. They mostly do crush damage, but their divine damage has AoE. Another exotic doggo. And red or blue does back of the game now. It's AngradeVT saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.